Hey, what's happening? Paul Ingram here with Collie Center. For today's training, all we're going to be needing is a training bolo. If you do not have a training bolo, go ahead and grab a collie stick. That's going to work just as well. If you do not have a rattan stick, and if you do not have a training bolo, do not let that stop you from training. Just grab anything you could find that can substitute for either one of these, and it'll be good enough for today. And then when you need to, head on over to colliecenter.com. Make sure to order yourself a pair or two of collie sticks. You know, we got really good ones over there. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, smash that thumbs up button for me, show me some love, show me some support, leave me a comment below, share this with all of your friends that you want to get them into training collie with you, so that way you get some training partners. I'm always looking for training partners too, I know how it is. All right, let's grab our gear, let's get to the training. All right, I'm gonna break this whole kind of drill down into two parts, and then we're gonna go ahead and put it together into the complete drill, or like the mega flow drill. I'll go ahead and show it off of the training bolo, so that way you can see the lines a lot more clearly, and I'll also do some repetitions with the stick, so that way if you're training with the stick, you can see, you know, it's the same movements and all that stuff. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're gonna take everything on the top first. Oh my goodness, you see that sunlight? I apologize that the sun is brutal. Let's do this. I'm gonna grab my stick like this. We're gonna move out of the pergola, and I'm gonna come back here to where it seems to be a little bit better sunny right here. And yeah, maybe this will work a little bit better. How about that? That should be better. There should be less shadows and everything. All right, so let's take a look at this, all right? We're gonna focus on everything on top first. We're combining a few different tactics here. We're combining some of the basics of a slash and a thrust, and then some of what we kind of refer to as like intermediate advanced tactics of those Watique manipulations right there. So first part right here, we're gonna strike our number one slash and thrust the backhand right there. Then we're gonna flip this over and go into what we call our number two Watique, flip it again into the number one Watique. Other styles call this Abanicos. So this could be a number two Abanico, a number one Abanico. It's totally cool, doesn't matter what terminology that you're using. Abanico kind of translates to fan, while Watique translates to flick. So they both work for it. All right, so let's take a look at that again. We have slashing number one, backhand thrust, a two Abanico, and a one Abanico. Let's show that from another side. Slashing one to backhand thrust, a two Abanico, and then a one Abanico right there. Now remember, it's not just your hand right here. Make sure that you get your whole body into it, so that way you can produce more power with it. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Very simple right there. That covers that corner. Now we're gonna move into the number two. So once we apply our angle one side, now as we flip this over, this puts us on the angle two side. So now we gotta cover our right high corner. So we're gonna slash it right here, thrust that forehand, and then we're gonna go into our number one Abanico and number two Abanico, or our one Watique and two Watique right there. So from here, it's slashing the two, thrusting the forehand thrust, one Watique, two Watique. All right, let's take a look at it from another side. There's that two slash, forehand thrust, one Watique, two Watique. Again, two thrust, one and two Watique, two thrust, one and two Watique, two thrust, one and two Watique. Right there. Now we can go ahead and just isolate the high line just as it is, working on that angle one side and working on that angle two side. So we come out, there's the one backhand thrust, two and one Abanico. There's the angle two, forehand thrust, one and two Abanico. Bringing it right back to number one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How cool is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes it's nice to count out loud like that, because then you know that, okay, there's 8 movements to this. So if I only get 7, I know I missed something. If I count 9, then I'm like, what am I doing? I'm adding something. And it's not necessarily wrong if you want to subtract a move or add another move or anything like that. I always try to advise my students, get the drill as it is, and then you can explore on, you know, variations and creativity and all that fun stuff. All these drills, it's all about building the fluidity of the weapon, making sure that we are increasing our coordination, but also our agility of what we can do with the weapon, being able to move from one movement to the next and having a smooth transition between all these different tactics and techniques. All right, so let's go ahead and break that down again, just a couple more times, but let's go ahead and switch it out to the stick. Ah, look at that. All right, let's do it. So we have 1 thrust. There's those boutiques. 2 thrust. There's those boutiques. 1 thrust, pop, and pop. Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and go nice and slow together on these first movements right here. Nice and slow. Ready? Real slow. Do it with me. Let's go slow. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3. Watch the motion. Over the head. 4. Bring it back. Here's 5. 6. 7. Look at the motion. See how it's going all the way around that head there. 8. Bring it back to chamber. Let's do it again. 2 more times, nice and slow, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make it a little bit smoother, but still slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right here. And if you've seen one of my videos that I recently did, which is building a skill, and it's a different training method to learn a new skill, go ahead and use that learning method on this if you need to break it down. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll go ahead and link that video down below, up here somewhere, and at the end of the video, so you can go check that out. And it's a great learning tool to break down any drill so you can learn any drill faster. All right, let's get on to part 2 of this particular drill. Now we got to work the low corners here. We're gonna go into our 3 thrust, and then we're gonna go pop, pop, right there. That's the low corner. And then we're gonna come up on that 4 thrust and then pop, pop, right there. So these are low abanicos or low boutiques now. So we're slashing that angle 3. We could pop the thrust right here. And now we're going low, low. Coming up on that 4, pop it. There's the thrust, and then low and low, just like that. Coming up that 3, pop the thrust, low, low. Up the 4, pop the thrust, low, low. Okay, right there. So 3 thrust, low boutiques, 4 thrust, low boutiques. 3 thrust, low boutiques, 4 thrust, low boutiques. So one of the things I always advise to my students is just because you can do a drill or you can do some movements really, really fast, you also want to make sure that you can slow it down again. Like, I know I can feel that I need to spend a little bit more time training this variation. It's been a while since I've done this particular drill, and especially the lower variations. You know, I can feel a little bit rusty there, but when I move it, because when I move it fast, okay, I don't have really much of an issue. But even when I'm slowing it down right now, you know, it's like, okay, I can feel even where I need to make my improvements. So even if you have fast skills, I challenge you, slow it down and keep it on an even tempo. So, you know, put a metronome on, or put a, you know, one of your favorite songs on, and see if, you know, slower songs, and see if you can hold to that particular tempo of speed. All right, let's take another look at our part 2, which is our low line. I'm not really going crazy breaking it down. You just got to take part 1, take those principles and apply it to part 2, I want you to have a little bit of exploration time where you have to kind of figure it out. I can't just give you everything all the time. I have to make sure that you have room so that you can use your brain power, and you can start working your problem solving skills sometimes in your training as well. That's really, really important as a teacher. If you're a teacher, make sure that you are allowing that time for your students, but also notice when they're really kind of stuck somewhere and you need to come in and give them some of that guidance, some of that coaching. All right, let's take another look at this. 3 thrust, low fatigues, 4 thrust, low fatigues. See, now that I can pop it out a little bit faster, right, no problem. But let's see if I can slow it down. Can I maintain that proper feel? Oh yeah, now I got it. See, just took a few reps to knock off some of that dust. All right, here's a bonus for you. If you've got part 1 of this drill and you've got part 2, let's go ahead and put them together and make them into one flow drill right here. So that way we're hitting all 4 corners. We have our 1 thrust with teaks, 2 thrust with teaks, 3 thrust with teaks, 4 thrust and with teaks, 1 thrust with teaks, 2 thrust. Notice how those are high. Now when we hit the 3, those with teaks are low. Okay? You can thrust high on that 3 and 4, but just make sure that those boutiques are low. Very important right there. All right, that's it. That's what I got for you today. Work this one out. Take your time, slow it down. If you need to, use that building blocks progression, learning method, training method that I went ahead and showed in a previous video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it here at the end of the video. I also have it linked down in the description as well. If you like this drill, leave me a comment below, hit the thumbs up button. I always appreciate you guys showing me some love and showing some support here with Kali Center. And make sure to share this with your Kali friends, sharing Kali, sharing the love, sharing the knowledge. This is how we all get to come together as a community, train together, support each other's training, and this is how we can start locating some more training partners and have a lot more fun. Just keep sharing the fun, guys. This is the important thing with Kali. It's fun, let's share the fun. If you have not checked out our Kali Apex, now is a great time to do that. If you want to take your training with us to a whole nother level, from zero to flow, from beginner to advanced, and have Kali Center be not just your teachers, but your personal coaches, make sure to check out our Kali Apex training program. That's where we can get a lot more personal in your training. And if you're in the Apex membership, then we can go ahead and schedule private video coaching calls and all that stuff, and we can really start working with you one-on-one to make sure that you're building your techniques precisely in proper form. And when you're working out tactics with a training partner and you're having a hard time getting something to apply, then we can jump onto a private video coaching call with you, or with you and your training partner, and then we can go ahead and take a look at what's going on, and we can start making those tweaks so that way you're performing successfully all the way through your practice and building your skill progressively from beginner all the way up to advanced. So check out our Kali Apex over at KaliCenter.com. We'd love to have you on in the program and get you on into the Apex members area where you can train with us and have us be your personal coaches from anywhere around the world. All right, I'm gonna jet on out to do some more training here. I wanna clean up my mechanics even on this one drill right here. We're never perfect at it, we always gotta be training, we always gotta be working at it. And sometimes there's drills that I haven't done for a while that I could feel that rust, so I got to do a little bit of cleanup work, a little bit of refinement work myself, all right? And I'll catch you guys back here in the next video, and get outside. Look, it's sunny out, it's beautiful out. Whether it's sunny, whether it's cold, rainy, snowy, whatever it is, get outside, enjoy it, and make nature your Kali dojo.